What is CBD used for and does it work? Success stories are everywhere, but there's not a lot of data to back up those results. That's because CBD comes from cannabis and, like nearly all other parts of the plant, is categorized by the Drug Enforcement Agency as a Schedule I drug, the most restrictive classification. This classification, which cannabis advocates have tried for years to change, keeps cannabis-derived products, including CBD, from being properly studied in the US. That leaves those touting CBD's effectiveness pointing primarily to research in mice and petri dishes. There, CBD, sometimes combined with small amounts of THC, has shown promise for helping the pain, neurological conditions like anxiety and PTSD, and the immune system and therefore potentially arthritis, diabetes, multiple sclerosis, cancer, and more. Most human studies of CBD have been done on people who have seizures, and the FDA recently approved the first CBD-based drug, Epidiolex, for rare forms of epilepsy. Clinical trials for other conditions are promising but tiny. In one Brazilian study published in 2011 of people with generalized social anxiety disorder, for example, taking a 600 mg dose of CBD, higher than a typical dose from a tincture, lessened discomfort more than a placebo, but only a dozen people were given the pill. Without much research, doctors in states where cannabis is legal are learning through trial and error. Cohen says thousands of his patients swear that CBD helps their inflammation, pain, and anxiety. He himself started taking 50 mg a day in the hope that it might prevent later dementia, and his migraines immediately disappeared. Scott Shannon, MD, assistant clinical professor at the University of Colorado, recently sifted through patient charts from his 4-doctor practice to document CBD's effects on anxiety. His study, as yet unpublished, found a fairly rapid decrease in anxiety scores that appear to persist for months, he says. But he says he can't discount a placebo effect, especially since there's a lot of hype right now. And without high-quality trials, experts don't know how much is best for a given purpose. The staff at Roth's dispensary told her, "Try some once or twice a day and see what happens." Half a dropper's worth was a good amount for her. One thing scientists feel confident about is that CBD is not dangerous. It won't damage vital organs even at doses as high as 5,000 mg a day, Marku says, and nobody has died from simply overdosing on a cannabis product. Cohen has found that chronic conditions including autoimmune diseases and pain syndromes can be helped with a 6 mg under-the-tongue tincture, the fastest delivery system, or a 25 mg capsule taken twice a day. Dosages for topical products like lotions are especially hard to determine. There's no clarity on how much CBD gets into the system through the skin. Undoubtedly more research is needed and will become available in the coming years, but the promise is certainly there. Don't forget to like our video.